Victor, hello.
Hey, hey, Clint.
Dude, how are
Hi.
you,
Sorry, I
man?
just got it. It's all
Dude,
good. How are you?
you got quite a setup there. You could do a podcast of
Oh
your
yeah,
own.
yeah.
Look
I
at
guess I
that.
can. I don't know. I've never tried it before. This is like I don't know. I just found this. It looks podcasty enough.
It
I would say.
does, and that gets
Right.
great sound. That's like
Yeah,
you just go right to iTunes with that thing, man.
perfect, man. Thank you.
Well,
All right,
thank
that's
you
good.
so much for being on the road to rock. This is so awesome to have you on.
For
How's
sure. I'm so
everything
glad
been
to be
going
here.
now? I know it was a busy summer for Eclipse, and in fact, you guys just played the Alcatraz Festival, I guess, just over the weekend, right? How was that?
We sure did. It was great. Completely unreal, surreal experience. We have like I don't know about you guys, and I'm joking. I mean, we've been dealing with this thing for a year and a half now, and it's been you know just walking out, like going to another country, walking out on stage in front of the thousands of people. That was a crazy experience just to
Do you,
see that and to
did it
be.
feel different? Did it feel? I mean, there just seems like in the shows I've gone to this summer as a fan. I mean, we just had Garth Brooks here
Mm.
with 70,000 people here at our football stadium here, and there's something about it. I feel like I'll never
Whoa.
take it for granted again. Is there a different energy when you step out in these deals
I
here?
Yeah, I mean, it was completely like, I was a bull in the china shop. I fell over 6 times. It was just so much adrenaline. I think for all of us, for every artist that was out on that stage that day, I think it was a. I mean, you're right about that. Like the likelihood of you not taking it for granted ever again. We the only thing we feel kind of right now is that I wish that we could just have another show and another show and another show and another show. Which hopefully we'll get there at some point. But right now, that was a hoot.
Oh, the clips I saw from you guys from all the bands has been tremendous. You guys are building a ton of momentum with the singles that you've released so far here this spring and summer. Saturday Night was just one of those songs, and to me, I love music that can mean different things to different people. And to me, it was almost like one of those angsty, like I'm so tired of this a year and a half of crap. And it's like we live and we die like it's Saturday night. And you know what,
Right.
brother? Victor, I'm all in on that. Great
Uh,
song, great single. What's been the
Thank you
reception
so
like?
much. I appreciate that. That was the whole point. I think that's the whole point of the album. Essentially, I think we just sat down at some point and in the middle of all this and just decided to. I think the songs just naturally came out that way. I guess you got to ask Eric that. He's always on top of that game, but um, it just turned out to become this kind of party esque album, which it could have gone the other way, as well. I suppose it could have been a slow, sad record of nice songs as well. But I'm really happy about the way it turned out. I can't wait to share it with the world. I know the other guys are too. I think we have a few more singles coming out before the album comes out too. So looking
Oh,
forward
can't
to that.
wait for that. So the album Wired, it comes out, I believe October 8th. Is that correct?
Yes, my sources tell me the same. So yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay, great. That's we're on the same page here. We have the same
Right.
sources.
Yeah.
Frontiers Records, you guys have partnered with, and I think that they do as good a job as anyone in music about putting out quality material from bands that people want to hear from. They do great with album oriented rock. What has been your guys' relationship with Frontiers? Because they seem to be really to hit the nail on the head when it comes to putting out the videos, the singles, and really getting people excited for new releases.
Wow, yeah. They're extremely professional. They're very, very organized. I haven't met them all yet. I've only met a few of them. They are, I don't know. They know exactly what they need for a release, and from a release, and how to get into the right channels and stuff. It's impressive. It is, and they're generally nice guys. I mean, all of them. That's
That's important. That's good
yeah, it is
stuff.
important.
And we're
Yeah, for
this
sure.
the album is Wired again, guys. Go to eclipsemania.com. You can stay up to date on the release and everything like that as it gets closer. I know we're a couple months away. Victor, I got to ask you because Sweden, to me, just my opinion. I'm here in the heartland of America, and American rock and roll has gone very, what do they call it? The modern classic rock. We've got a lot of bands like that, but Sweden, my friend, is producing some of the best, melodic hard rock that we've seen in decades, and it's happening there in your country of Sweden. We're really good friends with the guys in Crazy Licks and in
Right,
Heat.
right.
Those are two bands that are just absolutely incredible. Eclipse, you guys, you three, I think I would consider the big three. What is it about your country that sort of fosters this style of music the way it has?
I really think it's about like a close knit community, really.
Mm.
I mean, I haven't been a part of the band since forever, but I have met the other guys, and you see them at festivals in Europe when you can do that, and at shows and stuff, and you go to each other's shows when they're in your town. It tends to grow that way. I don't know really how. There's a lot of hard work involved too, I'm sure. I mean, the town where I'm from, you have like Hardcore Superstar are from
Yes,
here. They're
another
putting out
one. Yes.
yeah, exactly. And I mean, they've been around for quite a long time, and just working on it and getting to exactly where they are today. And it's cool. And like I said before, it's a close knit community. And I think that's what makes it kind of, I don't know. Hopefully we just push each other to do cool things.
That's a good point. I think that is what
Yeah.
happens, because to me, it's like it's kind of gone like this for me. Two years ago, Crazy Licks to me had Forever Wild was the album of the year, 2019, right up there with the album that you guys did in 19. And then last year, Heat 2, incredible. It's absolutely blows everybody away. This year, it's Eclipse again, and I think that you guys are primed to take that mantle here. And maybe it's just my personal taste, but what you guys do and what's happening over there demands more attention in America. My question to you is, and I guess it's maybe not fair because nobody really knows why this is, but why isn't America quite catching up to this as on board with this, bringing tours over here, getting this music out there? I think it needs to happen, and it needs to happen now.
Right. Well, thank you. If anything, I mean, you live in a quite large country with a lot of like different styles that are being that are popular all over.
True.
And hopefully there's some type of hub or hotspot where I mean, like there are places, like I know Chicago tends to have a lot of prog or melodic rock festivals, and you have Monsters on the Mountain, and stuff like that. So there's stuff all over. But if anything, if there's anything you can see, is that how the world is functioning right now, it feels like we can all come together a little bit more easier, no matter what subculture you're into or what type of music you're into or genre. It's more easy to set up like a concert or whatever today than it was 30 years ago. So that's a good thing. And hopefully that'll lead to something good in America as much as the rest of the world.
Yes, absolutely correct. Well said there. Now, for you, you've been in the band just a couple of years. Talk about your journey here with Eclipse, because Eric and Magnus, they've had this machine running for over 20 years now.
Yeah.
And for you and Philip, you guys, he came in 2015, I believe.
Yeah, something like that.
How did this all beautiful thing kind of come together for you, Victor?
Well, it was kind of I've been a hang around for ages. It feels like ever since my brother joined, I've been a part of, I've been coming to their shows, I've been filming some stuff for them, and I've been playing bass in my own bands for a long time as well. And I guess what really happened is that they just they parted ways with Magnus before, the bass player, and then they just called me and asked if I could join for the tour that was in like a week. And at that time I was like, yeah, let's do it. And I didn't know a single song, but it's been the most nicest trip so far, and I'm really happy to be a part of it. I'm proud to be a part of it. And I mean, they're really all the nicest people. It's a very familiar feeling, both quite literally because my brother is a part of the band, but
right.
the other guys too. It's very far from being in a punk band playing squat shows around Europe. It's very very nice. It's a very nice feeling to just travel around with these guys and enjoy music together, and hopefully that'll stay for a long time, and many more records.
Well, I think that this album is very important for you guys, and I can't wait to see what kind of comes next for you guys as far as a single goes. But talk about live performances and maybe what or what you've heard, what it's going to look like for you kind of in a dream scenario, 2021 into 2022. What are you guys looking at as far as booking live shows and things like that?
Okay, the dream scenario would be going on a tour as soon as we can, supporting the new record, because I do believe it's so important for musicians to be able to do that. If you just drop an album and do a live stream or something like that, I think you just kind of, well, you ideally you'd want more than that, because it's not just about promotion. It's about, cycles and all that. You want to do more than just record the record. You want to live with it for a while. And I think that's important. That's what we want to do. So hopefully that's going to happen, and hopefully it's going to happen real soon. We are looking forward to seeing places in the world we haven't yet been, and returning to places where we've only been like once or twice. So I would say, hopefully, that's what we're looking at in 2022. But as you know, it's hard to.
Oh
it's hard
yes,
to guarantee anything.
It's
these
all
days,
very
but
fluid, right? I mean, I've heard that term a lot.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. Last weekend feels even more surreal now with
Right.
everything. But yeah.
Oh man, you and I would agree on a lot of things, my friend. This is great. So talk to us about growing up in Sweden, and just kind of like a lot of the bands we've talked to, whether it be members from Heat or Crazy Legs, there always kind of seems to be a similar path when it comes to influences and what people were listening to. And I always get kind of surprised when I hear that, that it wasn't always, we just loved Motley Crue and Van Halen. I hear a lot of influences from Swedish musicians that say, they were influenced by bands like Danger Danger or Trickster, right. Of course, Europe. Yeah. But what was kind of the deal for you? What's the genesis for you? You seem like you're about my age. I'm 37. You seem like you're somewhere in that right around there, maybe younger than me.
Coming up, I am younger, but I look older. I'm not even 30. I'm 29.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
how about?
I know.
It's the facial hair, it gives you a few years.
Right.
There.
Yeah, exactly.
So what are you listening to growing up in Sweden? What's it like for you?
Okay. So both me and my brother, we kind of come from a very musical family. So we had our dad played hard rock in the 80s, and mom was a dance teacher. So she loved the musicals. He liked the riffage, and they kind of brought both of those things to the table. We ended up going with the rock thing because it felt more, something we could unite. But well, I mean, we grew up listening to tons of things. I'm Philip's younger brother, and I was. Well, he will actually agree with me on this thing, that I was the one giving him new music, telling him what to listen to. It wasn't the other way around, which it should be naturally. But we listened to a lot of AC/DC, Thin Lizzy, Kiss, Metallica, Slayer, stuff like that. And then we kind of just like took it off from there. When you discover that at a very early age, you kind of have to go somewhere with it. So I wandered off into like death metal and stuff for a while. And then it pulled me back in and ended up in classic hard rock. So it was just like, it's been all over really, both for him and me. And then we've kind of always just been united with our passion for classic hard rock, classic metal. Not in any specific, like I listen to a lot of 90s stuff, 80s stuff, 70s stuff. I mean, he does that too, and modern stuff as well. And we still do that. I guess that's just been the way it's always been. And that's how we kind of, how should I put it? Well, I don't know.
Like
we're
it
both
kind
just
of
fans. Yeah, we're both
like
just
forged your
fans
path there. I mean, that's and it seems to me like there's a pattern forming here with Swedish musicians that I talk to, and that there's a very large emphasis on the arts in Sweden, maybe that we don't have here. Whereas music programs close down and schools get rid of music. In Sweden, there seems to be a more emphasis on propping up the arts. Is there something to that?
Yeah, I mean, maybe. I mean, I don't think I didn't go to like music school like that, really.
Right.
I think if anything, it what it did for me is that it showed me that I don't want to play jazz.
Yeah.
And I think my brother was the same. He actually did take some drum lessons and stuff, and it made him even more sure that he wanted to do the Tommy Lee, Joey Jordison stuff, but no, I don't know how really, but I think it's also about where you're coming from and how you want to, it's a great thing to discover music when you're a teenager, because it'll keep you out of a hell of a lot of trouble. I think.
Good point. I like that.
Right. Yeah. Which it sure did for us, but it becomes like it became this thing that we just did. Every waking moment that we didn't have to do schoolwork or whatever, we just spend in a practice space we had in a factory, and that was it. That was life.
Amazing. And just can't wait to see what's next for you guys. This is so great. Before we let you go, Victor, I got to hit you with our final 4 drum roll, which would be more appropriate for your brother, but this is 4 quick questions and you give us whatever comes to mind. Well, it's fun, keep it funny, whatever. It's not to be taken seriously at all.
Go
First
for it.
question, we'll start with this. What was the first concert you ever attended?
AC/DC, I believe. That's
Well,
what,
like
that's what I
maybe
can
Black
remember.
Ice tour, maybe back.
No, that was 2009, right?
Yeah, Black
No,
Ice. Yeah.
I think it was I don't know what it was. Stiff Upper Lip tour, maybe.
Oh, it's about 20
2000.
years ago. Yeah, you were young.
Yeah, right. Something
You
like
were
that. Yeah,
young.
right. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
it was that. Yeah.
Um, so here's one. Have you ever attended Swedish Midsummer Festival? And is it anything like the movie Midsummer? Have you seen the movie?
We usually have it exactly like that, but then we don't tell we don't tell anybody about it. No, not really. I would say I have attended Midsummer every year of my life, but it's usually just quite a calm evening of sitting around eating pickled herring, which is morbid enough, and just what else is there? Eggs and pickled herring. That's what you
not
do.
a lot of like sacrifice or of murdering.
Unfortunately, no.
But
it's nothing like that.
Since I saw the movie, I did look into it, and like it looks like just a blast to attend. I love, like, here in America we have these like small town fairs and summer 4th of July festivals and stuff like that, and that's kind of what it looks like to me. But it looks like in Sweden that every day just looks like the Wizard of Oz when Dorothy steps out into color. It's just very sunny. It just looks beautiful there. So
it is very beautifully shot, that movie. It's incredible.
Oh,
I think it's A24 did great company who were behind it. I think
very hypnotic. Yeah,
shot in Bulgaria, I think. So it's not even in Sweden.
Interesting. I did not know that. I did, for some reason I thought it was surely shot on location somewhere. That's interesting.
Right. You just imagine. Yeah.
Well, I've got to get out there, man. I've got to check it out for myself. I've always wanted to go to Scandinavia. It's like a big thing for me. So one of these days.
You're welcome anytime. Yeah.
Excellent. I'm gonna make that happen for sure. What is the last concert that you attended as a fan? So this last weekend won't count since you were playing.
So it's got to be before COVID. And you know what's so funny? It was Heat.
Really?
Heat in Gothenburg, because our sound tech is also the sound tech for Heat, and they played in Gothenburg, my hometown, and it was, I believe, what would become Erik Grönvall's last show with them before Kenny took over. So I think that was my last concert.
I couldn't remember if they had a show, because I think they played Monsters of Rock Cruise. I thought that might be the end, but I think they did play a local show. You're right.
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah, because they played the same venue we played in Gothenburg, and they played with Crash Diet as well, I think. Yeah.
I love Crash Diet too, by the way. And Eric is one of the best singers in the world. I mean, I absolutely love that guy, and we've been in contact with him recently, and certainly hope he is doing okay. Right. So we had the Olympics go on this summer. This is our fourth question here. The Olympics go on this summer, and Sweden beats America 3-0 in women's soccer. Now, here's the catch to that, Victor. Many Americans were actually excited about that. There's a lot of women on the U.S. team that are not exactly liked by Americans. Are you a sports fan, and did you see that, or do you care about the Olympics, or did you watch soccer at all?
I am a sports fan. I did see that, but I think it was in one of those like early hours of the morning type of games, right? So I don't know if I really watched it or if I just imagined that I watched it. I'm a huge sports fan. I watch a lot of soccer.
Sure.
And try it as much as I can. I'm also my girlfriend is from Boston, so I'm rooting for all the Boston teams. Except for I know, right?
Except for the Patriots.
Except for the Patriots.
There we go. Okay, we're good.
Maybe, I don't know. Yeah, that's good. No, but I've been to Celtics games and Bruins games and stuff like that. It's cool.
Awesome.
Yeah. Yes. Sport's a great pastime activity. I think sport is what do you say? The most important, least important thing ever. Right.
That I'm going to use that. I'm going to tell you this.
Right,
we cover
good.
sports. I do this music thing as well because I love it, but I'm a sports guy. I have a sports online site and everything. So that is probably the best way I've ever heard sports summarized. And
good thing. Yeah.
Love that.
I think I've heard it somewhere as well. So,
okay. Cause you're cool. And I'm going to throw in a fifth question just cause
Right, go ahead.
I've asked people this question. and this doesn't have to be a serious response at all. In fact, there isn't a serious response to this. But I wonder, because there's something to this. Why is everyone in Sweden good looking?
Oh, good question.
I mean, it's sort of a thing, and I'm not kidding. Like, it's sort of a thing.
Is that so? Well, I maybe there's something in the water. I don't know.
There you
It could
go.
be, right? Yeah, it's the North Sea and the what do you call it? Baltic Sea. All the seas and the lakes and all that. You know, maybe that has something to do with it. I don't
Maybe
know.
just the Vikings were really good looking, and they landed all
Yeah.
around Scandinavia, and just sort of, I
Maybe
don't
they
know.
were. Maybe they
There's got to
were.
be something, because I remember seeing Crash Diet here in a club in Kansas City, and like the girls they had working in their merch booth, I was just like, this is insane. This isn't real. Like, I think I left my girlfriend that night at the place. I'm like,
Really?
I can't do this. Like, what? How do you? I don't know. There's something there's something in the water, and it is some place I definitely want to visit. So, Victor, this has just been such a pleasure.
Welcome
my friend.
anytime. Of course.
Love that.
Pleasure talking with you, Clint.
It's awesome. I can't wait. Hopefully we get to see you guys somewhere out there in the world, in the stratosphere, in America sometime. The album is Wired. Again, the website is eclipsemania.com.
Heck yes. There you go.
Thank you so much, my friend. Stay safe travels,
talking
and
to you.
we'll catch up again soon, my friend.
We'll
Thank
catch
you.
up again soon. All right, have a good one.
Thank you,
bye.
sir.